Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I'm Fish Guy Josh. He's my son Ryder. He's looking at himself in the camera. This is father-son fishing. Today on the channel, we're starting a really cool family fishing project where we're going to grow our own fishing bait through a use of a really cool tree, the Catalpa tree. We're going to start our journey off by going buy us some trees to plant at our house and arrange to put some trees way up at our property in Mississippi a little later as well. This is going to be a really fun project. It's going to be cool. We're going to learn so much, and we're going to do it all.
With it.
All right, Ryder, you ready to go fishing? Ryder and I are in the small town of Clinton right now, driving up from our house to go to a very special nursery today. Big storm front's passing through. The main rough part is gone, but it's still a little rainy, but it should be over by the time we get there. We're on a very special mission today. Growing up as a kid in Mississippi, we used to use these caterpillars called Catalpa worms, and they were considered really awesome catfish bait. And you can only find them on specific trees called Catalpa trees. And I thought it would be a cool project for Ryder and I to not only plant some of these trees at our house, but also to eventually bring up several trees to my family's big property in Mississippi where the trees are native to. I think that would be pretty cool, and my dad has agreed to cut away a bunch of taller grass and do some plowing and stuff for us to get some areas ready for some trees. But first, before we do that, we got to get the trees. So Ryder and I are going to go buy some trees. We're not only going to go buy some trees, this gentleman and his wife that are selling these trees seem like really knowledgeable people. They're retired. All they do is mess around with these trees now and sell them to people. And they know just about everything there is to know about raising these Catalpa worms and growing these trees. They're pretty knowledgeable. He's got about 55 years of experience doing it. So Ryder and I cannot wait to go talk to this guy and learn everything there is to learn about Catalpa trees to make it our new father-son fishing long-term baiting project. It should be fun.
These best growing trees are down this line.
Okay.
Take your pick, or either over here. Like
okay.
Just like that's the best tree in probably the house.
All right.
But you probably not. Have you got any Catalpa trees?
I don't. I haven't messed with them since I was a kid, so I definitely wanted to.
I got the most people that wants to get back in it with.
Yeah, and so he and I just always going on fishing adventures and stuff like that. And my wife loves growing stuff, so we said, you know what, let's try some.
George fooling been by. There's your babies over there, like
okay.
Them over there.
Now, yeah, I had a question. I wanted to, just for fun, to mess with some in seeds. What do you typically do? You prefer them in a tray like this?
Cover them in good potting mix.
Okay.
That's good potting mix, Miracle Grow or Vigor,
okay.
Whatever kind. That's the bag behind you. What you
this
put
one?
In there. Yes.
Okay.
That right there. That our Miracle Grow potting soil.
Okay. And about how long would I need to keep them in something like that? Or I know you said you use little cups.
What I do. And I see for a guy, and they was pitiful. He had them on there for sale, $2 or $3. Fun plenty. I know the man. He got the seed from me, but anyway, he put on there. And all it is, you wait till they get on up about right along there.
Okay.
I take that spade, one of them that's the sharp one. And I go and I'll scoop him up. But make sure you get the roots. But I'm telling you ahead of time, you've got to just cover them up. If you put them that deep, he ain't coming
just
up.
Barely cover.
Barely cover them up.
Okay.
And say if when you wet them and you see a little bit of that seed, just take.
Okay.
Punch
like
it
if the
down.
dirt washed away a little bit,
Right,
just barely tap it down.
You just
Okay.
said it.
And then how you said how big before I should be putting them in the ground somewhere? Or should I transfer them to pots for a while too?
Transfer them to pots for a while.
Okay. If I tried some this year, should I just keep them in pots the whole year or wait?
Oh, he wants some seed. That's
Hey,
my
how you
wife,
doing?
man.
Thank you.
And,
How you doing?
All right.
Ryder, can you say hi?
He's very friendly. I mean, he is.
I like his boots. Wow.
Take him up, show him the deer and the fish. If he'll go with you, he may
wanna
not.
go see him?
Him strange.
Yeah? Okay, go for it.
He'll take care of him. Don't worry. I mean, but what do you want? A couple of $100?
Sure, I guess. That's fine.
$5, say $100, but I make it $200 for
Okay,
$5.
that's fine.
Honey. Whoa. Oh. Hey. Get him about 200 in a seed or more in a bag. Hey, this ain't the way I make my living anyway.
Yeah, well, you said you were retired now, right?
Railroad. Yeah, I'd starve
You
to death fooling with these things.
You just kind of having fun now, huh?
Well, it started as a hobby, it just got out of hand. I hope you have good luck with your seed now. They all, if you plant them right, they're coming up. If you don't, they ain't coming up.
Yeah.
You'll see.
Okay, yeah, that'll be fun. It'll be just a little fun project.
Put them thick.
Thick? Okay.
Where you have some, we'll make it. They just not that easy to get up, but they're easy to transplant once you do.
Okay.
They need sunshine.
Okay, so sunnier he's got a nice big bottom
At the
that's
bottom
open,
where you want 'em.
and he's gonna bush hog it all and then make spots for me, till up some
Leave
spots
it
for
where
me.
you get a wide lawnmower
Okay.
through. That lot, I messed up out there. I got 400 big trees.
Yeah, I was seeing that.
You saw them.
Yeah.
And I got more down here.
I saw you have them trimmed back.
Yeah.
What
I didn't
when
cut 'em
should
back
I be
last
doing?
year. After they get up 10 foot, 12, 14 foot tall, just like you see, I try to go by and pick berries. I ain't able to. Used to, I'd take a cane pole and get my worm. My every tree here, that's 400, was eat up 5 times last year. I'm telling you the truth.
Of worm cycle.
I
Okay.
give away no telling how many. Half, 3/4 grown to keep them starving. There wasn't no leaves.
Yeah.
So I let people have them put on their tree.
Yeah.
If you buy trees from me, which you are, when you coming through, it'd be May. It'd probably be June. I usually have leaves by now, but man, the weather's been terrible.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'll give you the worms to put
on. So I should put them on this year.
If they grow on.
If I go
good,
plant these,
let them put you. You don't want many on there. You want him to get full grown before you
lose all the leaves and stuff.
Before you lose.
So just a couple. You just need a few per plant, kind of thing. Okay.
Right, to get that.
Okay.
And then on, just like this tree right up there, I ain't gonna tell you, 500 on it last year every time they get on it.
Yeah. Okay.
See, I sell worms along with it. I fish a lot, the Mississippi River.
When you trim them back,
What are you looking like? How far are you trimming? Like, what are you looking to trim when they get about that 10, 12 foot height? You said
when you trim them back to about shoulder high, make sure he's bushed where he can bush out.
Oh, okay. Instead of a tree,
straight tall tree.
Yeah.
You want a bushed out tree.
So
have more leaves.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, the old guy McComb learned me this. A lot of times, I put 2 to the hole. I said, Mr. Bud, why are you doing that? You got 7,000 trees. But he dead and gone. I had to mention. And he said, son, you change it better when you got 2 there and they gonna make root one another. They're gonna bush out instead of go straight up.
Okay.
So I started sticking 2 to the hole.
So you keep him. You want him to look more almost like a fig tree that you let bush more than a
fig. Right.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
You want him this way.
Okay.
You don't want
to make it easier to.
You don't want him to go that way.
Now, what about? I've read that they're a little resistant to it, but do you have issues with deer on them or no?
I got deer back him that we feed, and I quit this year because they got to getting out by the road and by in the yard and everything. Never had one to eat a leaf off of my tree.
Okay.
Never.
My dad was concerned because he has a bunch of deer. When I looked it up on the internet, and it said Catawbas are listed as a deer-resistant tree. So I was like, okay.
They'll eat my okra completely up. Walk by these I got a row of tarba trees right here at the bottom end of the garden. Never had one to eat a leaf.
Okay.
But they have eaten my okra down to the ground.
I just want to take a quick peek out here. When you cut them back, you're cutting them pretty far down, it looks like, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of them, I like them down around him, some a little lower than that.
Okay.
And them
so you're cutting them way down there.
Them that ain't growed off good, I don't fool with them. You know what I'm talking about.
I like you don't trim them back, you mean? You let them just keep going?
Not if they ain't big.
Whoa, what'd you find, dude?
That tiny one, the seed.
That's the seed? Cool.
I mean, take a look at that. Don't open them now, but take a look at that seed.
Whoa.
Hey, how many do you see in one pod?
How many do you think are in each pod? They're like little beans, huh?
They two to each pod.
2 to a pod? Okay.
Yeah.
Now, do I need to take them out of the pod or just cover the whole thing?
No, cover that.
Cool.
That pod.
So you cover the whole thing and they come right out of the pod?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
cool. I'm excited.
It's most people.
Like I said, I just kind of wanted a few in my house, but when I thought about it, the property in Mississippi is I'm going to eventually be the caretaker for it. And I told my dad, I said, I don't know, it might be something fun to get me a little more invested in it because I don't live up there. I don't see it as much. And I thought, well, I'll make my own little Catawba growth going on down there.
I use that catfish for them about that. They can't resist it.
Yeah.
But we've had, that's what I told the show him, on top of them 67 pounders. So
yeah, I've heard you can catch some big ones. Yeah. Yeah, that's the. I hear a lot of people say, well, you can only catch little ones, but I've seen people catch some big ones.
We've caught the most 30 to 40 pounds anyway. But now I fish the Mississippi River.
Yeah. Actually the river's right by my house too. I'm in St. Gabriel, which is right outside of Baton Rouge.
Right.
And I'm right on the river there, right near the river.
Yeah, I mean, there you show out.
We'll try them out there, huh? That'll be fun. Now, when you said 10 to fool with more just to get enough worms and stuff, or to hold enough. It's probably enough leaves to make sure they don't all.
Enough leaves for you.
Gotcha.
I just tell him.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
I got my little patch right here. And I thought, now I put more than 10, but they'll eat it up in no time.
Yeah.
Man. You're
now,
taking 4 or 5 trees.
Yeah.
They're gonna eat it up. But when they walk, they're gonna go through it like.
Yeah. Okay.
You'll see.
Okay.
Your food will.
Yeah, I'll set those 5 and see. My wife's also into blueberries right now, planting a bunch of them. So I'll see how much space I can get from her.
It's up to you.
But yeah, I think at the bottom we're looking to do at least 20, and then whatever seeds I'm successful at, I'll add those to the 20.
I want to show you on this right here while you look.
Okay.
You look at a tree. Look at down here.
Uh-huh.
You don't look that way. If
Okay.
you've got a big
So you're looking at the base there.
the
Gotcha.
base. It's the word you just used. That's
Like
the
you'd
name
say
of
like
it.
that's more stout than say that one because it's got the skinnier base on it.
Definitely.
Gotcha.
Definitely.
Okay.
I
Okay.
just like to say you drove that far, and that's the reason why we're looking.
Yeah.
I got
Okay.
You see that tree right over yonder?
That back one? Yeah, with the real
he
thick
ain't
base
quite
you're talking
the
about?
back, but he got a little down here. You see the base on that tree?
Uh-huh.
That's a good tree right there.
You talking about like this one? Or you mean that big one right there, huh?
Right there.
Yeah, okay. I got you. So the bigger the base,
The bigger
the better start off point it's at. I got you.
he'll kick way more quicker.
Okay.
You'll
Cool.
see.
What do they need, if anything, fertilizer-wise, once I put them in that
Just
bottom?
don't put triple 13.
Don't
next to
put
'em.
triple 13?
Not next to them. If you want to get about that far out, and I went around all 400 trees doing that, but I got about that far from
About 1.5 feet away from them? Of
Don't
triple
put it
13?
in the hole.
Okay.
Put pot and mix if you got it.
Okay.
Put whatever is in here. Put that in your bottom. Set this here. If it still stays together, you take and you rub that. Lay it on its side and reach and get it.
Okay.
He's come out. And usually the whole thing will.
Okay.
Now, if it's wet, they won't.
Okay.
If you ain't gonna soon, when you gonna plant them?
Probably in a week or 2 tops. Up there. These I'm gonna plant
No,
tomorrow. Yeah.
That's don't hold them a long time.
Okay.
That's why I was
Yeah,
saying
yeah.
that.
We'll get to ours right away. Yeah.
No, I meant don't the ones you take them 5. Go ahead and plant them.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
ready to be
Okay.
planted.
Yeah, yeah. We're planning to plant those tomorrow.
You you pick
Perfect.
out what you want now and then.
Okay.
Like
So we'll take 5 for that today, and then we'll put some more aside. Okay. Well, we'll definitely. I
that'd be
like the
six.
thick bases on some of those. I'll grab a couple more over
There's
there.
a good base,
Yeah.
and there's a good base.
Yeah, those look
You
pretty good.
definitely got
All right, I'll go put these over and then grab some more. All right, let's see. I did like, yeah, I was going to say.
I wouldn't fool with it.
Oh, because it's crooked?
But,
Gotcha.
All right, look.
Okay.
Look at him.
Pretty good base there.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
There you go.
And 2 more. I'll get that one you said you liked in the back, too.
You can reach him.
Yeah, I can get it.
I got you a good tree right here.
All right, perfect. I'll start with those 5 and we'll set 20 aside.
20.
Yeah, I think we're going to do 20 at the bottom. Thank you, sir.
His son has made a bad mess up here.
Uh-oh.
Tell Daddy what you did.
What'd you do?
I spilled some coffee.
What? Did you apologize?
No.
Did you clean it up?
No.
Is that your mess?
It's a joke.
Just like he didn't know it.
Well, he did.
Ryder, were you joking me?
Hours ago.
You were. You silly guy. Are you having fun up here?
Yeah.
What all did you see?
Yeah, brothers and sisters, he said, at another house.
At another house? No, he's got some cousins, but
Cousins.
just Ryder.
Right. First thing you saw when he went in the house wasn't a fish, it was a cat. We got a giant cat in the house.
Oh, he loves animals.
It was a
Huh.
big cat.
Was it cool? What color was it?
Black.
Black.
And its
Cool.
name is Midnight.
Cool. Did you tell her our cat's name?
Wacko.
Wacko. Nuh-uh. What about the solo cups? Oh, for transferring?
For transfer.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
He's not bashful, boy.
No, he's
That's
not.
Good.
He's not.
They'll go high.
Yeah.
Like that stuff.
I appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, sir. Ryder, what do you say?
Bye-bye.
Say bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Oh, you mighty sweet, I'm telling you.
All right, we'll see you in a week or two.
Bye.
Pleasure. Thank you. All right, dude. Can you hold this facing this way? While I set up our trees? Is that cool?
Hey, my wife said that's the sweetest little boy she never run up on.
Well, thank you. We work hard to make sure he is. Well, Ryder, you were a really good kid because she thought you were just great. Good job, buddy. She just said you were the nicest little kid she's ever met. How'd you get so good?
Because I tricked you.
You tricked me? Wait. You tricked me into being good?
No. It's because I tricked you because I spilled the coffee.
Oh, with your fake coffee? You crazy, crazy guy.
You crazy, crazy guy.
You're a crazy, crazy guy.
You're a crazy guy.
What? All right, we got our trees for the house. We are good to go to plant those tomorrow. We don't quite have as many as he said is ideal to grow at your place. You want 10 trees just to handle all the caterpillars that grow on them. But we'll see how it goes. We'll start with 5 and go from there. But he's also going to set aside 20 plants for us to pick up later to bring to my dad's property up in Mississippi. So we can plant a bunch of trees over there. So we're pretty excited about that. But we are ready to go. The trees are in the back seat. Ryder's in the back seat. We're ready to move this family fishing project to the next phase, planting at the house. All right, we made it back to the house. We've laid out all of our Catawba tree plants where we're gonna wanna put them. We're also gonna do Ryder's Catawba seeds in his little garden today. So this should be really cool. We get to finally officially start the Catawba worm project in our yard. And then next week or the week after, we're gonna do an even bigger one at my dad's property. Ryder, you ready to plant these? All right, let's do it. All right, so these Catawbas, these 5 are just gonna go in our yard. And these will just be kind of ones to play with here at the house. But the bigger project will be in Mississippi. But for now, we're gonna dig these holes about twice as big as the pots, put some soil in there, and then actually plant our Catawba trees. I want to make sure I can still pass the lawnmower, but also there might be some roots from this dead tree.
I think you have to move that thing.
Yeah. Oh, I need to get our cart for our dirt too, huh?
Why our cart?
Oh, there's a root right there. All right, let me go get the cart.
Did you hear a root?
Nope.
No root? Stop!
Oh, you got it.
It might just, when you pull it out. Yep.
Like that?
Yep.
Yeah. Maybe I'll wait on that. Woohoo.
I think I'll go one way, you go the other.
Okay. That's a lot of worms, dude. Okay. Are we ready?
Yep. I would call them the weakless worms.
The weakless worms? Okay. So I forgot to do the first hole and this hole of pre-filling it with water and then putting the dirt in, but I'll eventually remember before we run out of trees. All right, let's move over here and respray.
You mean move over here and re-food?
I don't think I mean any of that.
Falling into holes.
No, we don't like falling into holes.
I guess.
Worm, right there. Nice.
But why do we have to fill it with water?
It helps the dirt and the tree off to a good start. Whoa, big roots. Three down, 2 to go, and the seeds. Where can this go? This is a good sheet of grass. Here we're gonna remember the water again. But our hose won't reach, so we're going to need to fill this up with water. All right, we need a little bit more soil, so we're going to get the Miracle Grow that we're going to use for Ryder's Catalpa seeds. All right, this will be a cool experiment because everything we've done so far is just organic soil for Catalpa trees that were raised in Miracle Grow. So this one that's kind of back and a little more shaded, we'll try Miracle Grow and see if it makes a difference. And what'd you tell me? They're going to be what?
The best diggers in town.
The best diggers in town, those worms?
Yeah.
They're going to go into... They're going to go into the box? For some reason?
Yeah.
Alright, dude.
We kept playing tug of war and...
Okay, dude. Here we go. We got the 5 trees planted. And we got Pop's Catalpa crop. Not yet. Alright, we got the 5 trees planted. We got Pop's Catalpa crop seeds he gave us because Ryder was so cool. Alright. We're going to put this dirt to fill in your box. Then we'll put the soil on top, and that's when the worms will go in, okay? We'll use it to fill the gaps and then put the good soil on the end. You see any more worms or anything? Nope. Whoop.
Worms in here?
Your worm? Hold on. Now, go for it. Put your worms in. Now, remember he told us the secret to the seeds is we lay them on top and we kind of just barely cover them with dirt. We don't want to bury them, okay? So we're going to wet this down a little bit. Your worms will like that too. Okay. Now, let's try out some of these seeds, okay?
Yay! What kind of small?
Well, because they're just little bitty pods, see?
Can I get the seed pods out?
You want to get some out?
Whoa.
Hang on. Thank you. Alright, we're supposed to just barely cover them, okay?
Mine is barely covered.
Because he said if you put too much dirt on them, they won't pop up. Okay. Thanks so much for coming along on our adventure, and it's just getting started. There's a lot more to come on the Catalpa project. As always, be kind. Please rewind. Ryder, anything else to add? Well said.
Sound of fun fishing. Subscribe, please.